From downtown Jacksonville to Ponte Vedra, more peaceful protests today. Hundreds of people continue to stand against police crimes and racism. Good evening, I am Lou Turner. We do appreciate you being here with us on a Saturday evening. We do begin with the protests now. Downtown Jacksonville, the third weekend in a row where hundreds marched through the streets. They're demanding charges against all peaceful protesters be dropped now. They're also calling for the release of body camera footage and indictments of officers involved in officer-involved shootings resulting in killings now. On your side's Kaylee Tracy was there. And we did see the state attorney, mayor, sheriff acknowledging these protesters' demands this past week. What's their response to that now? She joins us live.
Well, Lou, right now it is quiet. No one is out here related to those protests that ended just about an hour ago. It took place outside of the courthouse. They then marched to City Hall and then back to the courthouse. But those protesters, the people out here, this crowd, they demanded even more action from the state attorney's office, the mayor, and JSO out here today. Local activist groups organized the march for the National Day of Action Against Police and Racism. Earlier this week, the charges against protesters arrested at May 31st protest were dropped. The crowd wants the charges against those arrested on the 30th to be dropped as well. Also this week, the state attorney's office announced it would handle the release of body camera footage involved in officer-related shootings, but says that it cannot release that footage, any footage related to officer-involved shootings, until investigations end. Organizers call that a publicity stunt.
Our message is that the people are still standing strong in the streets, are still protesting, are still wanting change. So although this week you've seen a PR blitz in regards to the sheriff and the state attorney even mentioning a change in policy, the families still deserve to see those body cam footage, and we haven't been given a definite date on when that will be released.
One of those families you heard the organizer talking about is the family of Reginald Boston. He was a 20-year-old who was killed in an officer-involved shooting in January of this year. His family was out here today, spoke to the crowd, demanding the release of body camera video in their son's case and all the cases here in Jacksonville related to officer-involved shootings. And one other thing we do want to mention, Ben Frazier of the Northside Coalition of Jacksonville announced to the crowd that he is inviting any activists from anywhere in the country to come for Axe Handle Saturday, the 60th anniversary of that. That this year coincides with the RNC in August. So he's again inviting any activists to come to Jacksonville for that anniversary. We'll bring you more tonight at 11, but for now, reporting live in Jacksonville, Kaylee Tracy, First Coast News, on your side.
Kaylee, thank you. If you were driving through Ponte Vedra today, you may have seen a pretty big group of peaceful protesters there as well. Around 150 people got together at the Ponte Vedra Beach Library before marching right up A1A to the Ponte Vedra Inn Club and then marching right back to the library. A peaceful protest organized under the title Black is Beautiful. Organizer Noah Wells said he worked with local law enforcement ahead of time and let them know he wanted to send a different message.
Really, I have to give credit to Commander Beaver and his officers. Really, like I was in contact with him from the beginning this week, and we sat down and like, listen, like I want to get this little message across. I told him I wanted to stay away from the police brutality message. I wanted to stay away from any of the politics stuff because I feel like America is just so overwhelmed and has been beat to our heads so many times. All I wanted to say was Black is beautiful. Have us unified here together, you know, just marching, trying to get a message across.
So Wells said he hopes his message came across and that hopefully more is done in the coming weeks and months to bring people together instead of divide.